This is an installation and debugging for a feeding and shelling system. First, we install a shell clamping head. Currently, our product is a 1.25 model. The shell clamping head can use a 1.25 shell. For example, 1.25 shells can be shared among 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 pieces. For similar types, if switching from 1.25 to 1.5, the clamping head needs to be replaced. First, we need to secure the clamping head in the shell insertion area. Tighten it at the back. After locking the clamping head, we need to check the feeding. This entire section is the feeding box part. Then check how far the feeding cylinder's accessories are from this position. There should be about a 0.5 millimeter gap here. If it's too tight, it will cause scraping. If it's too far, the shell may be misaligned. So there should be approximately a 0.5 millimeter gap. If the clamping head is too wide, it will be larger than the product. The shell clamping is relatively wide. What if it exceeds this limit? Because there are 4 M6 screws at the bottom of this set. There are 2 here and 2 on the back side. There are 2 screws on the back of the board. Loosen them. This is a U-shaped hole which allows for lateral adjustment and backward movement. First, we install the shell clamping head. After installation, we confirm the shell feeding. Once the position of the entire mechanism is confirmed, then we check our urethra. This is a 1.25 urethra. Urethra assembly must be parallel. There are 4 screws on top that secure a shell cover plate. The side one is a side plate, which is a rubber shell. First, we place the rubber shell in the material channel center, then push the rubber shell cover plate over. But do not push the rubber shell too tightly. If pushed too tight, the rubber shell won't move. Too far is also not acceptable. If too far, the rubber shell will overlap. So, the principle of installing the material channel is that the rubber shell should move smoothly inside, and it should not overlap, that's all. Then 2. The top is even, and this side is even too. We can smoothly start the machine by lowering the central shell, achieving the desired effect without overlapping. Then there is an accessory here that loosens the screw. We can adjust the side of the shell based on whether it has 2, 3, 4, or 5 pieces. If we have a 5-piece shell, it should be around this position. For a 2-piece shell, we need to loosen this screw and move the slider this way. Then this panel will move along with it. If it's for food, we need to loosen the screw on the left side of this panel. Because there is a U-shaped hole here, it can be pushed this way. Ultimately, we want the delivery to be flush with this area. This is a folded panel. There is also a screw here that can be adjusted. It adjusts the position of the shell based on the width of the shell. The principle is that the shell is here, and the blocking head should be flush with the top of the shell. You can't make it too high. If it's too high, it will hit the cover on top of the shell. If it's too low, the panel won't reach and the shell might tilt, so it should be flush. Here, the height is adjusted by this screw. This screw controls the height of the upper and lower shell cylinders. We adjust it to make the shell flush with the fixture, which is achieved by this screw. This screw must be flush with the material channel when the upper and lower cylinders go down. Let's check the position of the material channel. It is installed on the straight vibrator. This is our material knife. After assembling it, place it on top of the pointer. Then move it over because this material knife runs with the shell. As the shell moves forward to this position, we also have a blocking edge here. So our material channel shouldn't be too far inside. If it's too far inside, the shell will hit the blocking surface when it comes over. So it also needs to be flush here. When the shell comes over, it should be flush with the accessory for sealing. If we change products, for example, if the shell needs to be larger, what if there's not enough space here? There are 4 screws at the bottom of this diameter, 2 here and 2 on the back. Loosening the screws, which are M5 and M6, allows the whole thing to move back and forth easily.